Did you know that the average Masters in Finance graduate can boost their salary by over 50% within just 2 years of finishing their degree? But here's the $1,000,000 question. Does that salary bump actually justify the high cost of tuition and living expenses? In other words, how do you figure out if a Masters in Finance is really worth your money? Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Trishna, and today we are going to break down exactly how to calculate the return on investment of a Masters in Finance program. Whether you're eyeing a top school in the US, Europe, or somewhere else, knowing your ROI can help you make the smartest choice for your career and wallet. So let's begin with what is ROI and why does it matter for a Masters in Finance? ROI, or return on investment, is a simple idea. It's basically how much do you get back compared to what you put in. For a Masters in Finance, that means comparing the total cost of program against the financial benefits you expect after graduating. It's important to remember that ROI isn't just about tuition fees. It's the total cost of your education, including tuition, living expenses, travel, and opportunity cost versus the financial gain from higher salaries, bonuses, and your overall career growth. Considering ROI is very important because a Masters in Finance is a huge investment. Tuition alone can range from $30,000 to over $90,000 depending on where you study. And that's not all. Living costs add up too, especially if you're in an expensive city like New York, London, or Paris. So, understanding if you will come out ahead financially helps you make a confident decision. To determine your ROI, you need to consider three major things. First, total cost of your program. You start with tuition, but also add in living expenses like rent, food, transportation, and health insurance and daily costs during your studies. And of course, don't forget to add your application fees, visa, cost, books, and other study supplies. Plus, there's the opportunity cost as well. What's opportunity cost? Now, opportunity cost is what you give up when you choose one option over the another. In our case, it would be the income you are missing out by studying full-time instead of working. To give you a very simple example, if you're earning $40,000 a year before the MIF and you spend 1 year studying, that's $40,000 of lost salary. Second, expected salary after graduation. Start with looking up average starting salaries for the programs you are considering. These vary a lot based on location and firm, among other factors. Top US programs might pay around $120,000 right after graduation, while European programs may offer around $60,000 to $80,000. So be realistic about your background, network, and job market when you are estimating your salary. Remember, salary is not the biggest factor in ROI, but it can differ widely. Third, your salary growth over time. You know what? ROI isn't just about the first job after graduation. You should consider how your salary might grow over 5 to 10 years. Many MIF graduates get big raises or promotions, especially in fields like investment banking, private equity, or consulting. This long-term growth can multiply your ROI significantly, so make sure to consider those factors as well. Now, if the basics is clear, let me help you with a simple way to figure out your ROI. First, calculate your total cost. Add in tuition, living cost, and your opportunity cost. For example, let's take your tuition as $60,000, living expenses to be $20,000, your opportunity cost around $40,000, which gives us a total cost of $120,000. Step 2. You estimate your additional earnings. Subtract your pre-MIF salary from your expected post-MIF salary. If you made $40,000 before MIF and expect $100,000 after, it gives us an annual salary increase of $60,000. Third, you calculate your payback period. When you calculate your payback period, it shows that it's going to take 2 years for your higher salary to pay back the MIF investment. Step 4, project your long-term ROI. Estimate your extra earning over, for example, 10 years compared to your old salary and then subtract that from your entire investment. Now this shows your net financial gain over the long term. You know what, if you're a finance enthusiast, then you probably know how to calculate this using various methods like NPV, so you can obviously play around with those as well. Now, let's take a real world example where we are going to compare two scenarios. Scenario 1 is where you are in a top US school. Say your tuition is $85,000, living cost $30,000 and your opportunity cost is $50,000. This gives us your total cost to be $165,000. Let's say your post-MIF salary is $130,000 and your pre-MIF salary was $50,000, which means there's an annual increase of $80,000. And that also gives us a payback period of 2 years. Now let's take scenario 2 where you are in a European program with a tuition fees of $30,000, living expense of $20,000 and an opportunity cost of $30,000. This gives us your total cost to be $80,000. Let's say your post-MIF salary is $70,000 and your pre-MIF salary was $40,000. This gives us an annual increase of $30,000 and a payback period of 2.7 years. So from these two scenarios, we can see that the US program costs more but pays back faster due to higher salaries. The European option is cheaper but takes longer to pay off. So ultimately your choice depends on budget, goals and risk comfort. Now that we are done with numbers, let's jump on to the qualitative aspects of ROI. ROI covers money, but there are other valuable benefits as well. To start with, you get to network with alumni, recruiters, and industry events open doors beyond salary. You get to develop certain skills and knowledge which advances your financial expertise, in turn giving you a competitive edge over others. And then your degree can even help you switch industries and roles. And last but not the least, graduating from a top school is obviously going to boost your credibility and confidence. While these qualitative factors don't directly impact your salary, but they can shape your career and satisfaction hugely. Now, if you decide to pursue an MIF, here are a couple of tips on how to boost your ROI. First, pick a program with strong employer links and career support. Secondly, do internships and real projects to improve your job prospects. Third, you can even network actively with alumni and industry professionals and apply for scholarships and financial aids to reduce your cost. You could also learn complementary skills like coding, data analysis, or CFA certifications as well. So, is a master's in finance worth it for you? Well, there's no right answer. Calculating your ROI means you are understanding your finances, careers, goals, and job market realities. An MIF can transform your career and earnings, but it takes a lot of planning and effort. With clear goals and good research on costs, salaries, and opportunities, you can make a choice that pays off in the long run. Well, that was all for today's video. If this video helped you, hit like, subscribe for more finance tips, and comment below with your thoughts or questions. We would love to answer them. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.